Hey, hey, hey!
Hello, everybody.
We are back and we are
Happy
really
Saturday.
happy Saturday. We're back. We're really at the end of
Yes,
this so long, really.
we made
Um,
it.
we made it. Everything is done, really. Um, so let's do a quick recap. We are doing things a little bit differently from the pattern. So the last thing we did was this part here where we attached the lining to the bottom of our waistband. We did that last night. We added our waistband and then we attached the lining to the waistband. Now, on the pattern, it calls for snaps or buttons, and there's a specific way that you add the snaps. Hey, YouTube, there's a specific way that you add the snaps and the buttons according to the pattern. You take your placket piece, you fold the placket piece together like this. You stitch all the way up the side, turn that placket piece to the inside, and then you turn the entire garment out through the sleeve. Yesterday, I was like, oh, I didn't open my sleeve. I forgot to open my sleeve. And I opened one part of the sleeve and didn't remember that I'm not doing the buttons. So technically, I don't need to leave the sleeve open because we have the entire side open. So I'm doing something a little bit different for my bomber, which is I'm putting a zipper. So the side is open, and this is how we can flip it right side out. Both of the sides are open, and this is
Okay.
how we can flip it right side out. But if you want to do buttons, YouTube and friends on Twitch, if you guys want to do buttons or the snaps, then you're going to follow exactly what the pattern tells you because it is a little bit different to do the buttons and the snaps. Hey, Twitch. It's a little different to do buttons and the snaps. Okay, so everything so far is done. Here we are with let me move this. Here we are with our lining sewn to the waistband. Now, through the side, I'm just going to push my hand all the way through. Now, here I am coming out the other side. See that? Okay. I'm just going to turn this entire jacket inside out, right side out, through the side. So I didn't really need to leave that sleeve open. The sleeve opening is for if you're doing the buttons. It's a little different if you're doing the buttons. I'm going to do a zipper. So I'm going to flip my entire bomber right side out. And we are at the very, like, seriously, very end. Very, very end. So flip your bomber right side out, Matt, through the side.
Okay.
Okay. And once it's flipped, push your well, I don't want you to do it. Actually, from the inside, let your lining arms come out on the inside of the jacket. So here's the outside, here's the inside. I'm going to show you how we're going to do our lining. I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to show you two ways because I know you don't want to hand stitch. Hey, Nicole, but I
Yeah.
like to hand stitch. So I'm going to push here's my sleeve. I'm going to push my sleeve through my lining
Okay.
so that it comes through the lining like this. So here's the inside of the jacket and here's the lining. Okay, so now look, here's the inside of the jacket here. Here is the lining.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I just pushed the lining. Here's the inside. I just pushed the right side of my sleeve through on the lining so wrong sides are touching. This is how I'm going to finish the sleeve. The pattern gives you a totally different way of attaching the edge of the sleeve to the cuff and then pulling it through the sleeve. I'm going to do a much easier way for you, Matt. So you're just going to turn your raw edge. See this raw edge? You're going to turn your
Mm-hmm.
raw edge under. Okay. Just turn it under all the way around. You can give it a good press if you like. And then you are simply going to pin. Let me bring this down. You're going to pin your lining to the seam allowance of the edge of your bomber and the cuff.
Okay.
So simply pinning like this. And if you want to kind of enclose that, I personally like to enclose that this part here, that little seam allowance. I like to kind of enclose that. So if you want to enclose that in your lining like this is what I like to do. You don't have to do it this way, but this is what I like to do. Enclose it in that lining, and then, in that seam allowance, and then I will hand stitch it, okay? I will hand stitch that all the way around. And when it's done, it will sit, press it, it'll sit like this on the inside, okay? Now, those of you who do not want to hand sew, I enjoy hand sewing. I know a lot of people don't like to hand sew. I like hand sewing. It's very relaxing for me. So I will perfectly line this up with that seam allowance, that raw edge, and I will hand sew this around. If you don't want to enclose that raw edge, you can lay it right up next to, cut all these little frays, cut all that off, make it nice and clean, and then you can line it right up to the raw edge if you want, and then hand sew it up to you. But all of that will be nice and clean on the inside. If you don't want to hand sew, just pin it in place. And I would pin from the from the right side. So however you want this to sit, right? Get it in place and then put a pin from the right side. Put a pin just to keep everything nice and in place. Then you would push your sleeve back through. So let me cut off higher. Push your sleeve back through to the main side. You will have everything pinned in place so that it does not move. Push your sleeve all the way through. Get it right side out. For those who do not want to hand sew, get it right side out. You will have your pins sitting like right here in this area, because you would have pinned it on the wrong side already. You'd have your pins sitting all right here, all around, and then you can just simply stitch in the ditch. Where's my shoulder seam? Right here. Okay. You can stitch in the ditch, which means just putting your needle right in here and stitching all the way around. Just stitch right in the ditch all the way around. That will catch your lining on the other side. And if you
Okay.
line the lining up, perfectly with that seam,
Mhm.
you won't have any stitching line, you won't have anything. The lining will be attached. That to me is a quicker, easier way to attach the lining. That's a beginner-friendly way. So 2 ways for you, Matt. It's a matter of preference. I know you probably want to stitch in the ditch. So
I'll be stitching in the ditch, yep.
okay, so you can stitch in the ditch. That's just an easier way, in my opinion,
Oh, yeah.
um, to do it. And then after you have done that, all that's left to do, literally, is take the side opening, okay? You want to take your placket piece, bring it up to one another, okay? Line the placket piece up like this, okay? So here's the placket that we attach to the side,
Mhm.
line it up. So you fold the placket in half, all right? And then you are going to, you can give it a good press. Then
Yeah.
what you want to do is turn the raw edges towards the inside, okay? And press. Turn all your raw edges towards the inside like this and press all of it straight up. And then you're just going to insert your zipper. So let me show you. You are simply going to take your zipper. I've got a separating zipper. So you are going to separate your zipper. You can take your zipper all the way apart. Okay. Insert one side after you have folded it in, and you want to make sure you measure this portion first so
Mhm.
you have the right size zipper. I know we already did yours, and so yours is right, Matt. But anybody else making this, measure this side portion, this opening, so you can make sure your zipper is the right size. Once you turn those raw edges in, you're simply going to insert your zipper like this. Have the bottom of the zipper pull, or the attachment sitting right here on the outside edge like this. Okay. See that?
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then you are going to pin, and you're going to go all the way up, pinning and turning in the raw edges of the zipper, or raw edges of the fabric, so that it sits on the zipper tape like this, all the way up this side, all the way up to the top. And all you're going to do, put your zipper foot on and stitch close to the zipper teeth. That's it. It's done. It's literally done. Like, that's all that there is left to do.
Yay.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yay. So, that's really it. That's
Okay.
really it. So questions? Anybody? Nicole. Well, I know you know how to do this, Nicole. Twitch, YouTube questions. Anybody have any questions? Super easy.
Mhm.
So it's really not difficult. The hardest part is the
The pocket?
well, yeah, we made that just a little bit easier.
Yes, much better.
And so there it is. Super easy.
That's
We're gonna put,
cute. I love that
Mhm.
color.
Thank you. And once we get that zipper in the middle, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna end up changing my collar.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you figure okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be a little bit more firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be a little bit more firm. So
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
only reason why I'm not putting my zipper in, because I want it to be a little bit more firm. So I'm gonna add some stabilizer. But yeah, that's it. Done.
Yay.
Yep, done. So that's all you have to do.
Perfect.
That is all you have to do. So here's the back. Here's the back. There is the front. So yeah. And then here is, hard to see, the original. Also has the zipper. So yeah. Cute, cute, cute. Can y'all see that? That's it.
Cute.
All right. Should be done.
Yay.
Yay. So yeah, real easy to do. And hopefully you feel better with this way, Matt.
Yeah. This was much better. The pocket was much better. I actually like the zipper, putting in the zipper too.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
like the way that'll
it
look.
just makes it easier. Mhm.
It look.
Um,
I like the way it looks.
and then if you want to do an invisible zipper, you can,
Oh,
depending on the thickness of your fabric.
yeah.
If your fabric isn't too thick, your next bomber, you could do
Mhm.
invisible if you want it. No, you couldn't because you need it to be separating.
I was gonna say you had need to fully. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be separating. So no, you couldn't do that. But if you decided to do something funky and do a hack,
Oh.
make like oh well, let me not say that. Give the idea away. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. You better keep it to yourself.
I'll give it to you privately. We'll look up.
Uh-huh.
We'll look up, and it'll be a pattern.
Right.
Oh,
'Cause you need all the rights on that. The pattern, the class, the tutorial.
yeah, I like this.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Thanks. So I'm going to make some pants for this blue one.
Oh,
That blue
yeah.
fabric.
You have more of that fabric, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
blue one. Yeah, this blue one. I'm going to make some wide legs out of this and make a set. And I'm debating. What do you think, Nicole? I'm debating on if I should put this stripe down the side or should I just leave it? What do you think? Side of a pant. What do you think? What do you think?
Take a vote.
What do you think, Matt?
What? Show me again.
Should I, on the wide leg, put this stripe down the side?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You want a detail. Give it a little pop.
Yeah, it'll be my little.
Yep.
Oh,
Nicole said yep too. Yep. It's 2 for 2. Yep.
okay. So I'll get some more of that, and I'll add that to the side. You know, that'll be cute, cute, cute. I love both of these fabrics. Yeah, to make it fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will. Yeah. All right. I can't believe that was it. I know
Yay.
we need to get some things fixed on yours, so that's why we didn't do it this last night. I know
Yeah.
everybody's probably like, "What? This is so short. Oh my gosh, that's it." But
Yeah.
we need to fix some things on Matt's last night.
Yep.
But yeah,
We
that's
ran
it.
into the 11th hour problems as always.
Right? Yeah, but this is a I will definitely make more
Yeah.
um and make sets. You had oh that fabric that you have. Yes, Nicole, thank you. Thank you. I think so too.
Yeah.
The fabric that you have, Matt, like your
Yep.
bomber fabric. See, I could see that and some wide legs. That's like a whole
That would
set,
be. I think it would do better as a pant. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it would be, but I like the bomber too. The
Oh yeah.
bomber with
I
the
just got to
wide leg
work on not getting the fabric to fall apart.
a set. Oh, it frays. This one does too. This
It frays
upholstery.
like really bad, like it comes apart.
Yeah, this one frays. This is bad. But you can serge it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Nicole wants to see yours, Matt. Yeah,
Oh
it's so Nicole, we pretty much finished it last night.
yeah.
I
I still
started,
got to sew up the zipper. That's about it. But it's
Matt
almost.
has to do his zipper. Um, but yeah, it's quick.
But
It's a
yeah,
3 hour sew, Nicole.
yeah.
It's definitely a project sew
It's not a quick. Yeah.
project. Um, and you can make it easily. I started this last night. I started this live. The only thing I
Yeah.
had
You
done,
started it on the live. That one. Yeah.
yeah, this one I started on the live, and the only thing I had done was one front panel to show the welt finished. Everything else I sewed on live, and it was
Yeah.
3 hours. And then here
Hmm.
we are. It's been 20 minutes so far, and all I'm doing is showing that how to do lining to the cuff and add a zipper if you're adding a zipper. So I'm going to say that it's easily a 3.5 hour sew. Easily.
Yeah.
And so it's not long. It's a quick sew. It's a quick sew, 3.5 hours. Um, you can do it in something else. You can do it in actually a wide leg pant or any kind of pants, like a simple pant at Project Sew
This
and
is
have
kind of what, well, let's see. I don't know if you can see real well. I'll send you a picture, Nicole, but look, the red band looks much better.
yes. That's
And
his
then
Nicole. He's got black arms.
the sleeve,
I like it.
this,
So he's got
and
to do
then,
his cuff and his that's his lining.
yep.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yay. So mission accomplished.
Yay.
Mission accomplished. We've got Matt together. Matt has been, those of you that are just tuning in or watching this replay, Matt has been a longtime student of mine, several years now. And this is
Long
something
time.
that he wanted to do. Oh, Nicole says she likes the red.
Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion because it worked out much better.
This is something that he wanted to do. And so we started it on the previous live last week, and we just
Yep.
had red for red. That's right, Nicole.
Red for
we had some issues. I actually started him out putting the welt wrong. And then in switching it and doing it the right way, he just didn't like the technique of that the pattern had, which is fine because we already know that when you're sewing, some patterns will give a specific technique, and there are 100 different ways to do several things in sewing. There's several different ways to put in a zipper. There's several different ways to do a welt pocket. There's several different ways to do all kinds of things. And so he was like, I just need it to be easier. And so we got together last week in person and kind of walked him through some things just to get him a little bit more comfortable. And then we came back with the do-over, and he is happy and he is done and it looks great.
yay.
So mission accomplished.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I would have made it without you.
You are quite welcome. You are quite welcome. You know, you're one of the VIPs.
Okay.
You're one of the VIP students. So that is it, y'all. Oh, I'm missing my friend. DJ. I'm missing my friend tonight. DJ's not here. Um, yeah, so that's it. I may sew these pants tomorrow. Those white leg blue pants. They're also a quick sew. So I may sew that live tomorrow. Um, but we'll see. We shall see. So that is it. One more final view before we end. Zipper goes right here, really, and that's it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, zipper goes right there, and I'm not adding the zipper. Bye, Nicole. I'm not adding
Bye.
the zipper because I want to. I'm gonna take this band here off. I want to make it firmer,
Oh
so
yeah, for sure.
I didn't add the zipper because I want to make it firmer.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it back on, and I'll add the zipper. But yeah, that's it. That is it. And I show those of you just joining. I show how to insert the zipper for those of you that want to do a zipper. The pattern does not call for a zipper. The pattern calls for buttons or snaps. Those of you who are watching and want to do it, this is the pattern. You can click here, scan that on your phone, and you can get the pattern. I know BSN has a coupon, and I think it is Be More Frocktails 15. Gives you 15% off of the pattern. Be More Frocktails 15. Frocktails, FROCKTAILS 15. B, letter B, MOREFROCKTAILS 15. Be More Frocktails 15. Nicole was clapping. Be More Frocktails 15 will give you a discount on the pattern. So you can get this pattern if you'd like to sew it. Again, calls for buttons or snaps, which still looks really great. If you add, I've seen it with the buttons and snaps. It's a really, really sharp look, really nice look, really good look. But I wanted a zipper. And so if you want a zipper, We show you how to do that here. Those of you that are learning to sew, want to learn to sew, just a little fearful or whatever about it, learning to sew, you can join my academy. $15 monthly membership. You will learn the art of sewing. I specialize in garment making. And so you can join the membership, and there it starts from the very beginning. So like the very beginning basics, like this is a sewing machine. And then every month you get a new module that is automatically on your dashboard, and it walks you through all of the techniques and steps and tips for garment sewing. Anything that I add for those that are members, anything that I add, any tutorials, paid tutorials or anything like that, those that are in the membership automatically get. So for instance, I've got a new course coming up in June called the Curated Closet, where we will be doing several step-by-step sew-alongs to make our capsule wardrobe for fall. Those that are already in the membership, those videos will automatically pop up on their dashboard, because the members get all kinds of special stuff. And everyone else will pay, I think it's $80, $81, $85, something like that, if they want to buy that course and download the course with those tutorials. So it's like 4 or 5 different sew-alongs or something like that. So yeah, you can click this, scan this on your phone, and learn more about learning the art of sewing, sewing at your own pace. Again, specializing in garment sewing. And if you are in person in the DFW area, want to learn in person, want to come and sit alongside Matt in person
Yeah.
in class and learn things, you can do that too. You can go to the website www.thecbsacademy.com and check out upcoming classes. I don't even think I have April on there. But I'll get that up, and you can check out those classes. This bomber will be a class for those that want to sit in person in Garland, Texas, and learn how to make the bomber in person. Also, at Project Sew, we do classes. That's a monthly sew along once a month. We do classes there. So if you want to come to Project Sew in Richardson and take a class, do a bomber, some jeans, whatever, you can do that as well. You can do that as well, friends. Those of you that are sewing this bomber or anything and you've got a question, you can text me in the studio, 972-878-9781, 972-878-9781, and I will respond. Text me your questions between the hours of 9 and 5, Monday through Friday, and I will respond. I will help you and answer your questions and show you what you need to do. If you're stuck on a pattern or need help reading something or confused about what a pattern says, just send me a text in the studio and I'll respond. Friends, thank you so much for hanging out the past 2 nights with Matt and I,
Thank
sewing the
you.
bomber as Matt learned how to sew his first bomber. This was fun. Make sure you subscribe, Twitch, YouTube, subscribe to the channel, so turn the notification bell on so that you get all the notifications. Follow on Instagram at the CBS Academy. Follow Mr. Matt, MSTRMATT, on Instagram and Twitch as well. And stay hanging out with us. Stay
Yeah.
hanging out with us, friends. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Good night. And we will see y'all right here live in the studio for some late night sewing again real soon. Take care. Bye, Nicole.
Bye.